Ciao, kako ste?
Yay! I'm amazing. Wow, great creation.
Okay, so first of all, can you please introduce yourself?
Of course. Hi, everyone. My name is Ananda, and I'm going to be participating in this year's Dora 2026 with my song Dora.
So where did the idea for Dora came from? What is the story behind the lyrics?
So we wanted to pay homage to certain aspects of Croatian tradition and music, and we've come across Dora Pejacevic, which is one of our most esteemed and the most famous female composer, and was also the first female composer in Croatia. So we found that really inspiring and decided to use her symphony in our song. That's what you hear in the intro, and to start it off like that because we were also very, very inspired by her story and the significance with which we all get to work with today. And thanks to her, we can make music, we can be free with our expression, and she's opened many, many doors for us. So I would say that was the primary inspiration for it.
So this song has something in common with the competition, Dora.
Yes, yes, because Dora is also right. Dora, our competition is named after her, since she was so important to us. So we also found it to be really cool, perhaps, and that it could be interesting to the fans of Dora and Eurovision as well. So that's how it came across. Yeah.
Why did you decide to apply for Dora 2026, and what does this competition mean to you personally?
I actually wasn't intending on applying this year since I've participated last year and I wanted to wait a couple more years. But the song just happened on a Eurovision camp in the end of August and it just kind of felt right because we had it lying around and I didn't want to wait. You know, you never know what could happen in a few years or months, whatever. So I was like, you know what, let's just apply it, see where it goes. And it got in. So yeah, it was applied the very last day and the destiny made its thing, I guess.
Many people has worked on the song Dora. Can you tell us how did the songwriting process look like with this many
Mhm.
people?
So the authors are Chia, Inki, and Diogo, and they're just incredible. They're amazing. They're so inspiring, so insightful, and I was very humbled to be in the same room as them. They knew what they wanted to do with me from the very first second because I had to leave early to catch a flight to back to Naples from Split, and they were like, "We heard you like Brazilian funk. Have you ever done opera? We wanted to pay homage to something Croatian." And I was like, "Wow, that sounds like a lot of great ideas. I want to see how it turns out." And that's how it started. I think Chia found Dora's composition, and we were like, maybe we should actually put this in. And then we went to search if it's, how old is it, if that's allowed to do. It was all cleared, so we started from that, and then everything it was made in like I don't know 2 or 3 hours. It was written because we were short in schedule. And yeah, that's about it. We started just writing. We couldn't decide if we wanted to do it in English or Croatian. I told them that I think I would prefer to do it in Croatian mostly, and then maybe put some English in, and that's how it turned out in the end.
So last year you participated in Dora for the first time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how does participating in Dora changed your approach to the music and to the competition overall?
I would say from last year, I learned a lot of things, primarily how to take care of myself better since I was very sick the last Dora. So even though it sounds maybe basic or dumb, I've learned how to sleep. I've learned how to eat properly, how to take care of my body, and because without health you have nothing, and I was really careful about that, and I now know a lot of things that I did in the first year and how some things work, what I should expect from it all, and all the preparations that I had to go through. I was much readier this time, but I do have a lot more work to do this time because I think the hype is a bit bigger. So there's just it's like all over the place. There's a lot of things to do, but I'm very grateful I get to do them, so it's not a problem.
So last year you experienced big Dora in Opatia, but this year we are experiencing a little smaller Dora in Zagreb. How do you feel about these changes? How do you feel about them?
Well, the first time I've heard it's gonna be in Zagreb. I had like split opinions. I understood why, but I guess I hoped for Opatia because it was like a little road trip. It felt like that elementary school trip where everyone gets to bond and be in the hotel and everything. And now in Zagreb, a lot of us live in our apartments and different houses and neighborhoods, so we don't get to hang out as much, and we're not forced to hang out, like forced. We're not in the same hotel, so maybe that's a little downside of it. But I think it's much better to have it where I personally live because it's much easier to navigate. I get to do a lot of things without rushing back and forth. The organization is a bit better from my side, and since I don't get to travel, I get to take care of myself more. And my parents and my family and my friends, everyone is here, so everyone will be able to come. And yeah, I think I prefer it in Zagreb this year.
What emotions did you experience when you found out that your song Dora had been selected from such a large number of submissions? And how did this moment look like when you got announced that you are in?
Well, since I don't know how other national finals work, but in Croatia, they don't text or call you beforehand, so you find out the same way everyone does over social media. And I think I remember I wasn't by my phone because I think they announced when they're gonna post the results, but I think I was working or in the studio or something. I'm not sure, or with a friend. And then someone sent me the result, or I saw the result. I don't know, and I was just like, what? First I was like, oh my god, again. And then I was like, well, I did this to myself. I got nothing to complain about. I was extremely happy and thrilled, obviously, but I was like, okay, it's starting and I have so much to do. And we were planning an EP at the same time because I didn't plan on going to Dora, so EP was the primary thing we focused on. So it was just a lot of hectic things. Then I had to go to Iceland and travel to go see my mother because she lives there, and it was just a lot of things at once. I did get sick in that period, but now I'm fine. I've completely recovered, and I haven't been sick since, to knock on a wood. But yeah, I was extremely happy. Obviously, I was thrilled, but also a bit scared because I knew what was waiting for me, and I just wanted to do it all right and correct this time,
So how are you preparing for your performance at Dora? Is there anything you can tell us? What can we expect about the performance?
It's going to be very physically exhausting. It is very physically exhausting, but the more I was doing it and the more rehearsals I get to do, it's easier each time. I run every day. I try to do a lot of exercise. I drink a lot of water, and I just have many different types of rehearsals. So I have the vocal rehearsal, I have the dance rehearsal, and then I have a vocal dance rehearsal. Then I have also an in-ear rehearsal that I have at one place where I get to practice with that. So I think it's just a lot of different types, and then also exercise outside of that just to keep my condition up and my stamina. So I guess that's it, just taking care of my health and making sure that I can do it live. And since a week ago, I've been completely secure, happy with how I sound, how it all looks like. So I'm much more peaceful this time. I don't know if it's a good thing, but I'm very tranquil. I'm very in peace. And I'm just very, very excited to get on the stage and show it. Whereas last year, I was terrified up until the very last day. So maybe it's a good thing. Maybe it's not. We'll see.
So as we are talking about the stage performance, can you tell us about your team for Dora? Who is working behind the performance with you?
I have a lot of people, a lot of amazing people that are working with me, and the choreographer, Lana Antunovic, she's also one of my closer friends, and she's doing the choreography. My dancers are going to be Ana Eric, Tatjana Bogomolec, Rebeka Krajinovic, and Ina Soldovranko. I also have my amazing label behind me, which consists of Dorota Malic and Victor, and they've been a great help, and overall they've just been a really great support. I also have Ivan from last year, Monopol, that's helping us out in our team, and my best friends. There's just the hair studio they're doing my hair, the Pro Focus makeup, Bernard Lelak for the styling. I have a lot of people this year in our team for separate things, so I guess that also made a lot of things easier for me this time, and I'm just very excited for everyone to see their work and to see how amazing they are in a team and as people. So yeah, I'm very, very excited.
You also did another song for another artist for this year's Dora, right? Yes. You did song Mantra for Lara de Marin. How did that cooperation look like?
Well, Lara, I've been friends with Lara for a couple of years now, I think, maybe 2 or 3 years. And she's always been so kind to invite me to her gigs, to sing at her gigs. She's always been so incredibly, beautifully kind. She's such a sweetie. And I knew from the second when she told me, hey, I kind of want to apply to Dora this year, perhaps, and see where that goes. Would you have something for me? I was like, I am going to do whatever you need and whatever you want. Let's build it from scratch. And she told me very specific things she wanted. She wanted a dance break. She wanted something ethnic, something Croatian, but she also wanted it to be dancey, something completely out of her style, but still her style. So it's a little shocking at first. And I just knew from the first second I'm going to do whatever she asked me to, because she's an incredible human and a friend before anything, and she's an incredible musician. So we started working on that. I had something from a long time ago that I started but never finished, and then that was like the base. And then the amazing producers and her brother and her came in to finish up the touches and anything they wanted to change, and that's how it ended up happening.
So when I was doing research about Dora, I saw one article and there were like discussions about conflicts of interests with last year's Dora, especially with some individuals being both in the jury and involved in production roles. Do you think that these discussions are justified, or do they exaggerate the reality of the situation?
I think people can say whatever they want. At the end of the day, everyone's going to talk and everyone's going to have some certain opinions or conspiracy theories. I personally obviously think they're very exaggerated, not only exaggerated, but they are not true. And I think people get really, I guess, kind of sad when things aren't going their way. So they always try to see how they can influence other people's success or happiness, you know? And it's always been like that, not for this time, but generally in life, everyone's going to come across that. But I think I would just say that don't believe anything you read don't believe everything you read on the internet. I get that discussions are always going to be made, and that's why I'm never bothered by them. But I know where my heart stands and where my people stand, so I don't pay no mind at all. People are going to talk, and that's it.
Some people appear in Dora in the same roles like almost every year. I mean, the production roles. Do you think that this is natural result of experience or something that should be addressed more carefully?
I've never thought about it, but I guess when you have a team that you trust and you know that they do a good job, you're obviously gonna want them in the positions that you've already seen that they work well and that they do good work. But I think there's also always room for improvement in every aspect, not for HRT, for any aspect. HRT is doing a great job. They're extremely kind to us. They're extremely understanding, very patient with all of the contestants, as far as I've heard. But considering the production team, I'm expert in that. I think they're doing a good job, and if they're keeping the same people, maybe they think so as well. But I do always agree with the saying that the younger people should always be given a chance. So, you know, it depends on what they're looking for, their requirements and their preferences, so I would say.
So for the end, do you have any favorite Croatian Eurovision entry of all the time?
I loved Rocco, The Dream. I loved Albina. I loved Dream Tim Tagidim. Perhaps that's one of my favorites. I loved Marco's last year. I actually loved Poison Cake. And I think there's a lot of talented people, but those are the ones that come to my mind like the quickest. And I've also loved a lot of songs from national selections that haven't won that have been my favorites. So I think there's a lot of people, but I think those come to mind first.
Great, thank you so much. To be
Thank you so much
za ovaj intervju. Sretno u Dori.
Thank you so much.